One of the nicest feelings, not just in GTA Online but in the world in general, is to be generating money passively. And how it works in GTA Online is you just play the game without doing any money specific things, and after however long you want to wait to generate the money, you could just go ahead and collect it, which is an awesome feeling. So in this video we're gonna go over all the passive money making there is, starting with the agency safe, which you can make a lot of money with. When you buy an agency, inside of your office next to your desk you're gonna get a little hidden safe, which you can press right D-pad to open it if you go up to it. The cool thing about this safe is you can increase the payout of it the more missions you do. At the start it's really not going to give you much, but if you go into the computer, if you log in and then do security contracts, the more security contracts you do, the higher the payout is going to be every GTA day, which is every 48 minutes IRL. So just as an example, maybe it starts with like $500 every 48 minutes, which is a pretty small amount. So if you grind those security contracts, that payout every 48 minutes is going to increase. And it can go as high as 20,000 bucks every 48 minutes, which is really good. It might not seem like that much, but if you play GTA on a regular basis, there's a good chance you're spending a good amount of time on the game, and then no matter what you do in the game, you could literally do nothing and generate money. You need to do a lot of security contracts to actually increase the pay each time. I believe the max you can get to is 200 security contracts, so once you complete 200 of them, that's basically as much as it's going to increase the payouts each time. So once you get to 200, you're gonna get 20k each 48 minutes. And although 200 is a lot, which is the maximum, so it's not like you have to get to 200 ASAP, although you definitely gotta grind a lot of security contracts, I don't think it's that bad because you're actively making money while you're trying to increase your passive money payout. So if you forgot, you make money right after completing each mission, so it's not like you're not getting anything and you're only increasing some passive money. Unless they have a double or triple bonus on them, which they sometimes do, you're gonna get anywhere from 30 something K all the way up to $80,000, which is very good depending on the level of difficulty. It's going to show you 3 different contracts and you can choose between the 3 of them. You're going to see the difficulty and how much each one pays. Now when it comes to the capacity of the safe, it's unclear how much the cap is for each person, because from what I've seen, some people have it at 50k, some people have it at 100k, and some people have it capped at $250,000. For me, if I'm not mistaken, it's capped at 50k, which is not a lot. So I'd say once it reaches 50k and you're not seeing any progress anymore, collect the money so it could generate even more. Let me know what your agency safe cap is down below in the comments if you do know. Honestly, it would have been nice if it would just keep on going and we can go and collect it at like 5 mil, although that's not super realistic since the safe is not ginormous, so it wouldn't make a whole lot of sense. Let's move on to a bit more of a simple concept, and that is going to be the arcade safe. The arcade passive income is very straightforward. You get $5,000 every 48 minutes, which is not that much compared to the agency and grinding a ton of security contracts, but it's something. It does add up over time. You can go on the laptop inside of your little office in the arcade, and then you can purchase different arcade machines to play. Now you don't have to buy them, you do have a default one in there, which makes you money anyway, so you don't have to invest the money in this one, although you can if you want to, but for the sake of making money, I don't really see a point in it. It's only for the very rich that just want to have different games around their arcade. And with this safe, it's the same story as the agency safe. It's unclear what the cap is for each person. I think it varies once again, because for me it's capped at 50k, but I know people that have it capped at 100, 200, 250,000. So if you know the reason it varies, feel free to comment down below. I think it's interesting comparing this one to the agency, because on one hand with the agency you have to grind missions to slowly increase the payout every 48 minutes, but with this one you don't have to do anything. You start making that passive money right away, but you do get significantly less money each time if you were to grind security contracts, because $5,000 you earn with the arcade every 48 minutes is equivalent to grinding 50 security contracts, which sounds like a lot, and it is, but you can increase the payout more and more with the agency, so it's kind of like a trade-off. It's good to have both of them so you have a balance of not having to do anything and grinding missions for the other one to increase the payout each time. Real quick, if you're in need of any of these services, check out Dan Mods in the description. They offer some of the fastest and safest cash and rank services, plus modded accounts as well for both the last gen and the next gen version of the game, and they have lots of trusted reviews by their customers. Now this next one is a relatively new passive money making method, and it is the motorcycle Clubhouse daily income. With the Criminal Enterprises DLC, they added this daily income so we can now make passive money just like all the other methods we're showcasing in this video, but it works a bit differently. It's kind of a hybrid of the arcade and the agency's passive money making method, and they have to do with the bar resupply mission. So basically, you go to the bar inside your clubhouse to start the mission, and then after you complete the bar resupply mission, that is going to guarantee you $5,000 every 48 minutes for the next 4 in-game days. So what that means is basically once you complete one bar resupply mission, that's going to be enough for 5,000 bucks for 4 days straight. So technically 20k after 4 in-game days in your clubhouse to collect. So after you do a bar resupply mission and 4 in-game days pass by, so that's 4 times 48 minutes IRL, you're guaranteed that total of $20,000. Now once those 4 days are over, you got to do another bar resupply mission to guarantee you another 4 days of daily income. So that's how the cycle goes on and on basically. Hopefully you're also seeing how that's kind of a hybrid of the first two we went over. And by the way, you don't need to do more than one bar resupply mission. It doesn't really affect the passive income. Obviously, if you want to do it for active income, that's something different, but for what we're focusing on in this video, you don't need to do any more. Next up is the Nightclub warehouse passive money making. Now this one is pretty complicated. It has a ton of different parts to it. I'm gonna try to keep it as simple as I can, so hold on. So with this one, there's a big upside and a big downside. The big downside is you need a bunch of other businesses to be able to operate this passive money making. Things such as the CEO cargo, sporting goods from the bunker, and other stuff like that. It tells you once you log into the laptop if you want to see all of them, but you need all those to be set up to be able to make money with this one. You have different warehouse technicians that can source different goods, and so to set this whole thing up, it's gonna cost you a lot of money, but you do get the money back if you actually want to go all in and invest your time and hard-earned money with this, just because you need obviously the Nightclub warehouse and then a bunch of different other properties, and then you can sell all the goods as well. Now the payout for each 48 minutes really varies with this one. It's anywhere from $10,000 per 48 minutes all the way up to $70,000 per 48 minutes. I think it depends on a lot of different factors like maxing out the different businesses and stuff like that. It's pretty confusing, honestly. I'm not going to dive too deep into this one because this could be a 20-minute video by itself. Then we go into a semi-passive income one, which I found to be a really good one, possibly the best one in this video. The part that's not passive with it is extremely easy to do, so I do want to include it in this video. We're talking about the CEO special cargo. With the Criminal Enterprises DLC, this thing got some huge upgrades that makes this so good to do, and it is considered semi-passive. The two big changes we got with it is you have someone in your warehouse called Lupe you can go and talk to. When you go up to her, you're gonna get an option for her to source goods for you, and this wasn't an option before. We used to have to do this manually, but now we do have this option, which makes it super convenient. So you pay her the 7.5k to source the goods for you, then you have to wait 48 minutes, a full GTA Online day, for her to complete that, and you're either gonna get 1, 2, or 3 crates sourced. It depends how lucky you are, but you're gonna make your money back and more guaranteed. Like the cargo is eventually gonna sell for more than what you paid for it, or to source it I should say. And so the strategy is to just keep on sourcing crates with Lupe over and over and over again until you fully fill up your warehouse. It's better having a large one just because you can store more cargo and each one is worth a little bit more. As you're seeing in the gameplay, I have a small warehouse, but I should really upgrade to a bigger one since I have the money. Now the second huge new change we got that really benefits this one is that we can now do all sell missions in invite only sessions, so we have no danger of getting grief, which means once we get those special cargo crates, they're good as actual money, since all we have to do is just deliver them to a certain location with no danger. Unless you drive into a gas tank and blow everything up, you should be fine, because the sell missions themselves are super easy and it's usually just driving somewhere. And the really OP strategy with this, if you want to go absolutely all out, is to have 5 large warehouses and just continuously source goods from Lupe in all 5 of them. Just one full large warehouse is worth over $2.2 million, so multiply that by 5 and you have over $10 million worth of crates, like 11 or 12 mil. You can do the math, but I did a full guide on this if you guys want to go check it out. It's a very helpful video if you want to dive a bit deeper into this one. Make sure you click the video on screen now for it. I hope you all enjoyed that video, and peace.